Good morning. What I want to talk about is complaining and why should we complain? You know, it doesn't matter whether you Christian or not, men and women of God. We continuously complain about the things in our lives, whether it's our job, the people in our lives, anything that is convenience, whatever going on in the world, we like to complain about it. And we're showing our unhappiness and dissatisfaction. When we think about life, we're rarely in a place of gratitude and thanksgiving because we always find something to gripe about. You know, we continue to complain even more as men and women of God than people that have not given their life to Christ. So when we seek to please God, we falsely believe that God always agrees and approves of our complaints against anything, and not even understanding it's a result of what we're arrogant about, we being judgmental, self-righteous, unforgiving, and unloving. You know, when we look at the characteristics of God, you know, his words say in all things give thanks. A lot of times we don't look at and see how God is trying to mold us into something more than what we are. So we find a place to complain about it. And then we don't want to seek God in that area we're complaining about. You know, we live in a world that will never be perfect. Some of us are blessed, some of us struggle, some of us suffer. You know, some of us can live a life full of patience, optimism, endurance, and faith, while, some of us can't even stand when things are absolutely not going our way. So God give us prayer and we're able to talk to him about our concerns. But are our prayers full of complaining and giving God very little thanks? A lot of us pray for God to address our complaints, yet we don't think that we're not doing anything wrong, and that should never be the case. You know, we look for God to change people, situations that rub us the wrong way, you know, but never do we reflect on how we contribute to the problem or if we can do something to improve the situation. You know, our complaining in life is ungrateful attitudes. And when we look at negativity, that's one of the things about being negative. We then result in the lack of faith. Then we pick up the spirit of pride and self-righteousness and don't even understand that stops God from even blessing or blossoming us to what he desires us to be. You know, we as men and women should always be looking for the love of God around us. But we complain about everything in society. We complain whether we go to work, what we got to do around the house. But when we get out of those elements, we're happy. But we don't understand how we're being a disservice to God when we're complaining. So when things don't go our way or we don't feel right and we start complaining about it, we have to let that go, because God is always trying to mold us into something that he desires us to be. That's what he does. But we complain about the very things that he's trying to get us to learn. So today, let's not complain. Look for God in every situation. Understand what he's trying to get you to learn. Understand so you can grow. And again, remember, complaining is a disservice to God. We can talk to him and express our concerns or whatever the case may be, but we should always be thanksgiving. We should always be grateful because we have the ability to wake up this morning. We have the ability to have all of our limbs, have the ability to open our eyes. Those things within self, we should be grateful. There's somebody out there that is paralyzed or maybe or they cannot see, wishing they can see or wish they can get up and do some of the things that we're allowed to do. So in those things, we should find thanks. So today, let's not complain. Let's do what God said that he wants us to give thanks in everything. Learn what God is trying to get you to be. Mold you into whatever he wants you or desires you to be. So find God in every situation and not self. Have a good day.